All right, we've heard all about it. Yucky weather is moving in for the weekend, and when you're stuck in the house, you know what that means? It means a lot of screen time for the kids and the adults. What does that do to your eyes? We're joined by Dr. Kimberly Orr with Triangle Vision's Optometry today, and she's talking about all things eye health, and she's answering your questions. So what we want you to do is we want you to text your questions to us. That's the easiest way for you to get a question to us. The number is 336-379-5775. You can get your question answered in real time, and your question is anonymous. Okay, so a lot of us are going to be stuck inside. We're going to be looking at the screen. What's wrong with looking at the screen for too long?
So it's projected that by about 2050, half of the world's population is going to be nearsighted. And so staring at these screens up close all day long is a huge driving force for that.
Okay, and it's not even just TV, it is our phones, it is scrolling, all of that counts.
Absolutely. So it can cause a lot of digital eye strain, a lot of fatigue, dry eye. We don't blink as much staring at screens. That's a huge problem as well.
Okay, so let's talk about the big word that you call it. It's myopia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it?
Myopia is just a fancy word for nearsightedness. It just means that light, instead of focusing right on the retina in the back of the eye, it focuses in front of it, which creates a blurry image.
Okay, and so we're talking about how do we control it in children because, yes. All right, we'll talk about the adults too, but let's get with the kids first. How do we control myopia in children? Why is it such a danger?
Yeah, so it's very fascinating what's kind of come into development over the years. One of the options is an eye drop that you can put in the eyes at night before kids go to bed, especially if kids are squeamish about putting anything like contact lenses in their eyes. This is kind of a better option. Or if their prescriptions aren't good for contact lenses, but there are contact lenses. One of them is a daily soft contact lens called MySight, and I fit that here. That's a great option for kids. There's also orthokeratology, which is a hard contact lens, and we have specialists in the area who do that as well.
Okay, and I know some of the contacts you wear during the day, some you wear at night. Is that right?
Yeah. So the orthokeratology is the type that you wear at night. MySight is kind of more like a traditional soft contact lens that you would wear during the day.
All right, and so if you wear them at night, how does that even work?
Yeah, it basically is kind of like a retainer in a way. Like Invisalign is the way that I always explain it to patients. So you're reshaping the eye. You sleep in the contact lens, in that retainer contact lens, and that changing of the shape of the eye changes how light focuses into the eye so that the eye doesn't get longer and longer. And then you take out the contact lens in the morning, and because of that reshape, you can see a whole lot better. So it's a pretty good option for kids that have discomfort with contact lenses during the day.
All right, is that going to help me as someone who uses reading glasses because I can't see my phone and I can't read the things?
Yeah, I mean, it could be an option if you could do one eye for distance and one eye for up close would be probably your best option there with the contact lens in that fashion.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So how do we control the whole nearsightedness issue when it comes to adults? So many of us, I mean, this is what we do. We're on a screen, in front of a screen every single day for 8 hours a day. So what kinds of things should we be doing to help ourselves?
That's a great question. We love the number 20 in eye care. So there's an easy one to remember. It's the 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, take a break from the screen, look off in the distance, so 20 feet away for about 20 seconds and give your eyes a good break from the screens.
Okay, and we should be doing that all the time while we're at work or when we're just scrolling at home on that yucky day on Sunday. All right, let's talk about eye exams. So let's start first with the kids. How often should kids get an eye exam and kind of like what ages?
Yeah, so it's always recommended between 6 months to a year to get an eye exam. The AOA has a program called Infancy. So look on infancy.org and you can find an infancy provider, and it provides a free eye exam for these little babies, and we can look for really high prescriptions, cancers in the eye teaming issues. If they have like an eye turn that's turning in or turning out, we can definitely screen for those things and treat them and refer accordingly. After that, I tell parents to bring their kids in before they go into kindergarten, so around 3 or 4 years of age, and after that once a year just to make sure things are developing appropriately.
Mm-hmm. Every time I hear somebody talk about how they can do an eye exam on a 6-month-old, it's so interesting to me that you can tell so many different things even when the child cannot tell you what they see.
Yeah, absolutely. We can shine light into the eye to see if there's a big prescription. We do dilate their eyes and look inside to the back. So there's a lot of things that we can do without them having to tell us which is better, one or two.
Okay, yeah, and that is so hard when you say 1, 2, and we're all like, oh, I don't know. They both look so close.
And that's actually a good thing when they're close. That means we're getting to where we need to be.
Okay, well, that's good. That makes me feel a little bit better. All right, so as adults, sometimes we don't go to the eye doctor because our vision hasn't changed. Do we really need to go to the eye doctor every single year?
Yeah, it's still recommended to go once a year, especially to check on the health of the eyes. There's conditions like glaucoma that won't cause any symptoms at all until really late in the game that we can catch early and treat and prevent blindness. So still worth going once a year, even if you see fine. We always say in the industry that vision's more than 20/20.
Okay, and so when you say about that you can start looking and seeing glaucoma early, are we talking like people in their 30s?
I have a handful of patients that are younger than you would think that have glaucoma. So still worth getting things checked out.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking your text questions as we come back for the next segment. And that number is 336-379-5775. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.